Long ago, in a busy and wealthy city called Zarahemla, the people seemed to have everything. They were proud of how successful they had become. Their markets were full, their homes were beautiful. They wore fine clothes and showed off their riches. But something was wrong. Even though they looked successful on the outside, many had forgotten something very important. They had forgotten God. They cared more about being rich and popular than about being kind and honest. They ignored the poor. They laughed at the prophets. They chose whatever felt good instead of what was good. When prophets tried to warn them, they laughed and refused to listen. God loved them too much to stay silent. Far away lived a man named Samuel. He was a Lamanite, and the Nephites and Lamanites had been enemies for many years. That made his mission even harder. One day, the Lord told Samuel to go to Zarahemla and warn the people to repent, to change their hearts and come back to God. Samuel knew he would not be welcomed, but when God speaks, faithful people listen. So Samuel obeyed. When he arrived and began preaching in the streets, the people were angry. They didn't want to hear that they were doing wrong. They forced him out of the city and told him never to return.
Moving. Please, wait. I beg you, do not cast me out.
Samuel started to leave, but then the Lord told him to go back. Imagine the courage that would have taken. This time, the people wouldn't even let him inside the city. So Samuel climbed up onto the tall city wall. From the top, he called down to the crowd below. He warned them that if they didn't repent, their riches would not save them. He told them that the things they trusted in would fail. But he also shared something amazing. He said that in 5 years, a special sign would appear. A new star would shine in the sky, and there would be a night with no darkness, because Jesus Christ, the Son of God, would be born. He also said that many years later, when Jesus died, there would be great storms and deep darkness across the land. The crowd below him was furious. They picked up stones and threw them at him. Some shot arrows at him. They wanted to silence him. But something incredible happened. Not one stone hit him. Not one arrow struck him. Again and again they tried, but they could not harm him. The Lord protected Samuel so he could finish delivering the message. Some people saw this miracle and believed. They went to the prophet Nephi and were baptized. But many others hardened their hearts. They made excuses and refused to change. After Samuel finished speaking, he climbed down from the wall and went home. We don't hear much more about him. He had done what God asked. 5 years later, just as Samuel had said, the sign appeared. When the sun went down, the sky did not grow dark. It stayed bright all night long, and a new star shone in the heavens. The people remembered Samuel's words. Years later, when Jesus Christ died, terrible storms and deep darkness covered the land, exactly as Samuel had prophesied. Every word had come true. So what can we learn from Samuel on the wall? First, courage does not mean you are afraid. It means you choose to do what is right even when it is hard. Samuel knew people would mock him. He knew they might try to kill him, but he cared more about obeying God than about being popular. Second, truth is not always welcomed. Sometimes people get angry when they are invited to change, but that does not make the message less true. God warns us because He loves us. He gives us chances to change before it's too late. And finally, everyone gets to choose. In Zarahemla, everyone heard the same words. Some believed, some ignored them, some fought against them. The difference was not in the message, it was in their hearts. Today, we may not see a prophet standing on a city wall, but we still hear invitations to choose kindness over pride, honesty over selfishness, faith over fear. When we hear truth, what will we do? Will we throw stones of anger? Will we walk away, or will we listen? Samuel the Lamanite may have stood alone on that wall, but his courage echoes through time. One brave voice, willing to speak truth, can change lives forever. And just like the people of Zarahemla, we get to decide how our story ends.
Thank you for watching our story today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss our next story. And we would love to hear from you, so please leave a comment below.